This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, leading the league in podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with not the Mark Weber this week, but I'm with Sean Anderson.
Still dub them me's.
Still dub them me's. You gotta always dub them me's.
Gotta
on
dub the E's.
onside kick. And we are here bringing you the best football news like we do each and every week. Usually it's me and Mark this week. Like I said, it is me and Sean.
Because Mark's got a job.
Well, Mark's got a job. He's like, man, I can't come in this week.
Whatever.
And of course, the first two people I usually contact about doing the onside kick is Sean and Brandon. But Brandon wouldn't be able to do the onside kick when we are recording, so that's why Brandon is not with us.
I'm the homeless kid that you guys just bring in. Like, I'm always available. I have a pretty loose schedule.
Sean's always hanging around the studio where it's like, hey, Sean, you doing anything? No. Well, come record some. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Sean just follows us in. But
yep.
How are you doing today, bud?
I'm hungry.
Are you?
Starving.
Are you?
I don't know what to get, especially for Game 1 of the World Series. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to get.
I'm going to eat homemade chili tonight.
That sounds really nice. Like, there's soup that's out there, because, I mean, come on. Like, it's a kind of a cold night where we are in Chicago.
Pizza.
Yeah, but I had pizza recently.
Okay.
So, like,
I know there's that pizza place right down the street you like. You can go get that.
No, I wasn't going to get that place.
Okay.
The soup from, like, Panera, but I don't know if I want Panera, because I think I want something bigger than that.
You see, when I get soup from
I might
Panera,
get Chipotle.
It's always the bread bowl.
Yeah, I would too, but you can't
bring that home.
You can't bring it home. So I'm also thinking Chipotle, just because that's the mainstay of my house.
Wear your Cubs jersey today. You can get buy one, get one free at Chipotle.
Are you serious?
No, yeah, I'm dead serious.
I will go home and get my Cubs jersey.
Wear your Cubs jersey. You get buy one, get one free tonight.
I honestly think I might do that.
Yeah, that's
I have
what
a Cubs
you gotta
jersey.
Do. I know you do. It says Anderson on the back.
It does.
Yeah,
I got it for $10.
I know.
It's awesome.
But with me today, I ask you how you're doing because I've had this thing with my leg going on. I'm going to let the viewers in on it. Woke up today. The top of my calf has been tight and just taut and it's been pulling me all day. And I can't get it to go away. It's like
stretch it out.
It's like I pulled my muscle in my sleep in the top of my calf.
Stretch it out.
Like I got a Charlie horse, I think, while I was sleeping.
Yeah, I think that's happened to me before. The worst is when you're like falling in your sleep. I think I've stretch it out. I've
never had that happen. I've woken up with that, like, pull the calf muscle. And you're like, oh my god, go away.
Put your leg up on your couch and stretch it out.
I think I'm gonna try that. I think I'm stretching out right now.
Put some icy hot on it.
Maybe I'll do. I mean, Shaq tells me that that's good. But
Shaq just put out a new song.
Did he?
Yeah.
After how many years?
Awful.
But I think we've introed enough after
I guess
3 or so minutes. We're going to be talking about a jam-packed show today.
When aren't these jam-packed, Ricky?
They're always jam-packed. We're going to be talking about the AFC West, if they are the best division in the NFL right now. We're going to be taking a look at the MVP and who are the front runners for that award in the NFL. And then we are going to end the show with a little Los Angeles Rams talk. And is it time for Jared Goff to get the start in the city of Angels? But we are going to start with the AFC West. And Sean, I kind of proposed the question of, is the AFC the best division or best conference, best division, whatever you want? I got college football on the mind. NFL, because you've got the Raiders at 5-2, the Broncos at 5-2, the Chiefs at 4-2, and then the Chargers, they're 3-4, but they could be the best 3-4 team in the NFL.
Let me talk a little bit more about what my thought process is here. So let's try to eliminate some divisions. So first off, gonna eliminate the AFC North. Always competitive, but 3 teams are under 500. You have the Browns that are 0-7. Browns pretty much knock you out.
Surprised you didn't say the AFC South first.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
AFC South is next. AFC South is so bad. Okay. The Houston Texans are 4-0 at home, but also the Houston Texans have a point differential of 37, which is atrocious. It's utterly atrocious. 37. The Colts don't look good, even though they have a point differential of 6 somehow. The Colts look terrible, and they might be the best team in the AFC South. The Titans aren't a bad team. They're up and coming. Their defense isn't terrible, but still they're not a good team. And the Jaguars look plain awful. Then we go to the NFC North. I would say they're in running here, but the Bears knock them out. So, I mean, I would honestly say they're in the running, but the Bears knock them out. The Bears look awful. NFC South, the Saints and the Bucks and the Panthers knock them out. And then the NFC West with the Rams and the 49ers, they're knocked out. So what I'm left with is the NFC East, who every team is over 500, which would probably signal, hey, they're one of the best teams. Oh, also, I got to knock out the AFC East. I mean, Patriots are great, but the Jets just throw you out of discussion here. So it's really
Jets
between
knock them out, or does Ryan Fitzpatrick knock them out?
Both. So really, it's NFC East versus the NFC West, AFC West versus the NFC East for me. So it's really about those two teams. And then I look at it. Every team in the AFC West has a positive point differential, where the Giants and Redskins are at -3 and Giants are at -8.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. If you weren't going to bring it up, I was going to ask you, what's the big difference? And they are the only division, they being the AFC West, the only division to have positive point differentials for each and every team. And that's why I say with the Chargers, yeah, they're in the cellar, but they are, to me, the best 3 and 4 team in the NFL because, yes, they've had close losses. And you may say, well, Ricky, bad teams lose close games. But that's not the case with the Chargers. They are a good team.
I don't know. They lost to the Saints and the Colts.
They've had some shitty luck. They've had some shitty luck
They've
along
been
the way.
Injured.
Like a Hunter Henley fumble. You've had just costly turnovers here and there. Just little things that are not controlled by their man, Phillip Rivers, because he's not the one making mistakes. But they're still outscoring their opponents by 21 points this season.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing is you have losses to the Colts and the Saints, which both look bad because Melvin Gordon's fumbles for the Saints pretty much lost you that game there. And then also you look at the loss to you have the loss to the Colts as well with the Henry fumble. And then obviously Kansas City, that was a comeback too. But Kansas City's a good team. You also lost to Oakland. That one was tight. Oakland came back on that one too. So the one thing that I look at the Chargers here is that they've been competitive in every single game, and that really helps them. And they look good out there, especially with all the injuries that they've had. When going and beating Atlanta the way you did, you thought it was going to be like, oh, here's another comeback by Atlanta. The Chargers are going to blow another lead. They look good. Denver, same thing almost happened there as well, where C.J. Anderson, if there wasn't a holding call, they would have lost that one as well. The only game that they really blown out was Jacksonville, which is good for you guys. But I don't know if they're the best 3 and 4 team in the NFL, but they are a good 3 and 4 team because you still got to look at the Bengals, you still got to look at the Ravens. I think they're definitely in consideration there too.
I don't know. I think the Chargers have played. The Chargers are a few bad bounces away from being better than 3 and 4, and that's why I think put them as the best 3 and 4 team in the NFL. Whereas the Bengals, the games that they lost. I mean, the Patriot game.
You're also
playing
game. Tom Brady though.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys, the Patriots, the Steelers. They lost those games. There was no way, and even the Broncos. They looked pitiful against the Broncos.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair, but also with the Chargers, they're a choke job. You should have beat the Chiefs. You were up by so many points, and then the Chiefs come back. You lost to the Saints, which is bad in their own right, but also you were up by, 14 points going into the fourth quarter. Indianapolis was a bad loss as well. Oakland wasn't a terrible loss, but still, I mean, I think there can definitely be a discussion on who is the best 3 and 4 team, but I honestly think I might have to give it to the AFC East after talking about this because, yes, they have a positive point differential, but
you mean the NFC East?
The NFC East. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm messing them up now. We're going interdivisional, but NFC East, I mean, looking at this, Dallas Cowboys look great. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they look great against your Vikings. I know they haven't looked great totally around the season because their 2 losses were pretty bad losses, but also they destroyed the Steelers, which look great there. The Redskins have been up and down. They are on that winning streak and then blowing the lead to the Lions. And the Giants haven't looked fantastic, but they've still won 4 games. I would honestly can make the argument that the Chargers are better than the Giants, but still, I think that I'm torn, Ricky.
I'm going to go with the AFC West. And the reason why is I'm going to start with the third team, the Chiefs. Since Andy Reid's come over, I'm going to call them a powerhouse. And when I say that, regular season powerhouse, they're going to be a playoff team each and every year. You don't have to worry about them making the playoffs. It's when they get to the playoffs. Are they going to win? Are they going to lose? Are they going to go anywhere?
Tom Brady?
Are they going to run into Tom Brady? Exactly. Yeah. The Broncos, I'll be honest, I had you guys at 4 wins. You guys are at 5 and 2.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Usually I am 90% of the time. But the thing that is most impressive about the Broncos is, yes, we know their defense is good, but even with a quarterback situation that is not ideal, and
when he's healthy, he's good.
I don't want you
Just
to.
saying.
This isn't going to be a discussion
Okay.
about is Trevor Siemian a good or a bad quarterback. I'm just saying their quarterback situation is not ideal. They have Trevor Siemian, who on most teams isn't a starting quarterback. And they have Paxton Lynch, who on most teams is not Dak Prescott and is not starting as a rookie, or isn't Carson Wentz, is not starting as a rookie. And they're still plus 50 in the point differential. They're 5-2 on the season, with one of those losses being to the Chargers, which was a close game on Thursday night. Then you have the Raiders, who have kind of, not me because I had them as a playoff team and I have them as my AFC championship loser to the New England Patriots
Runner-up.
in my preseason predictions. But they're a team that has looked good. And the thing with the Raiders, that it's funny how the Raiders and the Chargers have kind of had two different stories this season, where the Chargers have lost close games. The Raiders, on the other hand, have been on the other side of Lady Luck. They have won close games, like the Saint game. The Titan game was close. The Raven game came down to a 1-point game. The only team that they blew out, just like the Chargers, was the Jaguars 33-16. This is a team and a division that I think is stacked top to bottom, where your only blemish is the Chargers, and the Chargers ain't that bad of a blemish.
For the Raiders?
What?
What's the blemish?
The blemish is the Chargers.
For the Raiders?
For the division.
Oh, for the
division, the Chargers are your blemish, and they're not a bad blemish.
I gotcha. I think that's a pretty decent argument there. I think the only thing the NFC East has that the AFC doesn't is that every single team is above 500. And the one thing that I would say for there is the Cowboys look very good, and the Cowboys are probably the leader of the pack there. Philadelphia, they've looked good when they're at home, and they've looked good in certain games, and in certain games they've also looked bad. The Lions game was close, and that came down to a Carson Wentz interception that really turned that game towards the Lions totally. The Redskins, I'm not fully sold on yet. I think that they could be an 8-8 team for sure. Same with the Giants there. I think that the Chargers, it's really about where they'll finish, and I think that the AFC West has more threats to win the Super Bowl, and that's what I'll say. I think the Broncos, Raiders, and Chiefs all have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl, where if I look at the NFC East, I would say the Cowboys are really the only ones that have a shot at the Super Bowl. I've been flipping back and forth going from the AFC West and the NFC East, so I think I'll set fully on AFC West.
You know what also kind of puts the nail in the coffin for me for this kind of discussion? Look at the playoff races. And I know that the NFC is different than the AFC, whereas the sixth team in the NFC is at 4-2. AFC is 4-2 also. So boom, they're at the same record. Never mind. You look at that. You've got Dallas and Eagles are the only ones from the NFC East. You have the Raiders, Broncos, and Chiefs right now, all solidified as playoff teams. But
then you could say the Chargers are sitting at 13 in the AFC right now, and where the Giants and Washington are at 8 and 9.
Could you I wish we could have 4 teams, because if we could have 4 teams, like the Texans, you don't get to go, and we'll just put the Chargers in, so it's all 4 teams. I think that could happen.
Yeah, but I mean, the Chargers, technically standing wise, they're not in any position to be in the playoffs. They're behind the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Colts, the Titans.
The reason why they're so low is there's a ton of teams at 3 and 4. There is a shit ton of teams. There are the Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins,
and they're below
Colts,
all of them.
Titans.
They're below all of them.
3 and 4. Well, that's because of tie-breaking.
I know, but they're still below all of them.
But the one thing that I will say is, for my preseason prediction, you know how I said the NFC North was going to have 3 playoff teams? Technically, I'm not wrong yet, because the Lions are knocking at the door as that 7th team right now in the playoff standings. I should have said the AFC West was going to have 3 playoff teams.
You should have.
I should have said that, but I was not high on the Broncos. I was extremely high on the Raiders, and I thought the Chiefs were just going to be a wild card team.
I think the Chargers have 6 more winnable games, easily, that they should win. And that's the Tennessee Titans, the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, Tampa Bay Bucks. Even though that Houston game's at Houston, I think that's still a winnable game. That's 4 right there. You're playing Carolina, and you're also playing Cleveland, and then the other 3 that you're playing are divisional games, and that's why I think it's tough. I think the Chargers could go 10-6. They could go 9-7. And I think they could be decent enough for a playoff shot.
Yeah, and I just picked the Raiders because they're at the top, and besides the divisional games. I mean, they do play 1, 2, 3.
I think they have
4 more divisional games, 2 against the Broncos, and then Chiefs and Chargers each. But I mean, Texans not good, Panthers not good, Bills are kind of tough, but the Colts are not good. So I mean, I think the division overall, the scheduling for the AFC West has helped them.
I could say for sure that the AFC West will have 2 playoff teams, and I think that's going to be the Raiders and Broncos. Where they're going to be paired up, I don't know.
Wow, you don't think the Chiefs are going to stay in?
For sure, I said for sure.
Okay.
I think the Chiefs are a fringe team, but I think if I'm going to make bets, I'll take the Chiefs making the playoffs. And then when you look at the NFC East, who I've been comparing the whole time, Cowboys are for sure locked, but the Eagles are so close to falling out. And I think the only I'm saying the AFC West is better. I think that they'll have 3 playoff teams in the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Broncos, where the NFC East will have 2 in the Eagles and Cowboys.
You know,
so I'll say that the AFC West is the best division.
Not just because it was my prediction in the preseason, but man, would I love to see the Raiders and the Patriots 1-2. They meet in that AFC title game after winning 1 game, and we get a Tuck Rule rematch.
Yeah, I would love it too because you get
let's have it snow in Foxborough that weekend.
Yeah, the Tuck Rule rematch, even though it's you got the Tuck Rule rematch. I keep wanting to say that's in Oakland, but Oakland would never snow like that. But you get the Tuck Rule rematch. You get Tom Brady in his 7th straight AFC Championship game, something stupid like that. You get I put the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. I like your prediction.
And the Cardinals will be nowhere near the Super Bowl because they got the kiss of death. So the world works here at MVP. But this is where you guys let us know down below. What do you guys think? Is the AFC the best division in the NFL? Are you with Sean, though? There could be a division like the NFC East that kind of gives it a run for its money.